from Halifax. It's sort of a four loud guys in the basement next door kind of band. Only these four guys have signed a serious deal with a big-time multinational record company. Most bands spend years slogging it out in bars before they even get a chance to tug on the sleeve of a major label. Sloan did it in a matter of months. Linda Kelly has a feature report on this band's rocket ride from the basement to the record charts.
Mums and dads, do you know where your children are? They could be here. It might look like a brawl, but it's called slam dancing, and they're doing it to the sounds of Sloan. Sloan is four guys from the Maritimes whose blend of punk rock and pop harmonies has made them the latest rage with the teenage crowd. The band has been together less than 2 years, but they've already signed a 6-record deal with NCA's progressive label, David Geffen Company. And that kind of overnight success is virtually unheard of in the Canadian music industry. Halifax is where entertainment giant David Geffen came to find his next Nirvana. You remember Nirvana. Nirvana came out of obscurity in Seattle to take their so-called grunge rock straight to the top of mainstream music charts. And that's just where Sloan is hoping to go. Oh. Sloan's members aren't much older than many of their fans. Jay Ferguson, Andrew Scott, Patrick Pentland, and Chris Murphy are all under 25 and fresh out of college. Good luck and raw talent have made Sloan a success. Now they're basking in the attention. They're bold, irreverent, and prone to improvise. If you're looking for a straight answer from these guys, you're out of luck.
We played a place, 1,000-seater in Vancouver, and there was 20 people there. And one of them happened to be a guy from a major label in the States. We blew him away.
And what about this comparison between you and Nirvana? Is that something you'd like to throw off?
The only similarity is that we play guitars.
And you have blonde hair now.
The only similarity is that we have I have blonde hair and we play guitar.
That's it?
That's it.
This is all according to plan. And actually, next on the plan, this is our plan. Okay, record deal, we did that. Tour of Europe. Marriage. Andrew's getting married. He's engaged.
Hey, don't forget movie with Jodie Foster's down there.
Movie with Jodie Foster and Terry David Mulligan.
She was underwhelmed, if that's a word. I know it's not, 'cause I looked it up.
Since the band is more fond of buffoonery than history, we'll give you the rundown on Sloan. Sloan began as a basement band. From there, they made an independent record in Halifax called Peppermint. Their single, Underwhelmed, a song about love, high school, and adolescent life, made it onto the playlists of radio stations across the country. It was about then that Geffen caught their act and decided to throw money at them. Sloan has turned the eyes of the industry to Halifax, and now local bands are scrambling to cash in on the attention. Because everyone wants to be the next Sloan, these two producers are rushing to build a new recording studio in Halifax to keep up with demand. Terry Pulliam recorded Sloan's original album.
Sloan brought attention to to the whole Halifax independent community, and so some of it's rubbed off on me. We have bookings. Right now, I don't even have the wires connected on this gear, and I've got a band in here tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Hal Harbour is a former Toronto DJ who spent years promoting new Canadian bands on the airwaves, and he likes what he sees in Sloan.
the signing of Sloan is going to help bands from all across Canada to show that they don't have to move to Toronto to make it. They can stay where they are and cultivate their music and develop it. I was here last February. I was here for the East Coast Music Awards, and I saw them play at one of the showcases. And everything else in the showcases was all traditional maritime Celtic flavored music. And Sloan were terribly exciting. The local kids knew all the words, and they were all hopping on the dance floor. And that's what it comes down to, is that they're a great live band. They've got great rapport with the audience, and they're just like a kid on the street. Like, one minute they're standing there with their plaid shirt and their toucan, the next minute they're on stage.
But the major labels often demand major changes. Geffen has tried to mold Sloan into a slicker package. They remixed the band's first album and renamed it Smeared. Then they scrapped their homegrown first video.
Like I just ate my young.
Geffen took the band from the streets of Halifax to New York City for the new video. The result, a crisper, cleaner, glitzier image. Now that Sloan is committed to 5 more records, they'll have to face pressure for more changes from the record company. But the band doesn't seem too worried. But you are right on the verge now of something that could potentially be huge. I mean, you're going to be marketed internationally. Are you ready for that?
Sure.
Well, all we needed to do was take a long time and make sure that our contract was such that we can't really get ripped off, and it's pretty secure, so, well, what are they going to do? I don't know. If we don't sell, we'll get dropped, and then we'll just...
Make records for
another label. We'll play at open mic over in Dartmouth at O'Toole's. Holy Christ, you know what I'm talking about.
As far as Sloan falling prey to corporate manipulation, I think that these guys have enough attitude to avoid that.
Geffen wouldn't sign them for 5 records or whatever the deal is if they didn't see that they had the commitment and professionalism and range that they can carry on for a number of years.
There have already been a number of American recording companies poking their noses around Halifax looking for another Sloan. Meanwhile, the band itself is looking forward to an extensive European and American tour beginning in February. Sloan's multi-record deal has made them an instant success, and it should change the way music is made around here. Maybe someday, the band's name will take its place alongside other Nova Scotian musical stars like Rita McNeil, Anne Murray and the Rankin Family, but in Sloan's own special style. I'm Linda Kelly, CBC News.
So the thing, okay, well, this is the thing. Yeah, I remember dressing up like this. But it says 74, but it couldn't have been 74. It must have been more like 76. My parents took all the money I made from that stuff, and they went to Mexico, and then they invested in the stock market, and they lost it. I mean, it wasn't $1 million. It was like $2,500 or something. And they lost it all? Yeah.
I keep falling down. Remember how I made this sound.
What I think is happening more often now is people are being heard in their own environment, like in smaller towns and stuff. It's happening a lot these days.
And there's all kinds of bands, there's all kinds of music going on there as far as like rock, guitar-based rock music, not just, you know, people are pretty up on what's going on.
Every band that is coming along that has like sort of moderate melodic sense and loud guitars have been compared to Nirvana, whether they sound like them or not. So
it's not only musical, it's also within the industry. It's like band from nowhere or nowhere sound goes to being popular. I think that's where we're closer to Nirvana or something. I don't think our songs are saying everything. But we love Nirvana. They're great.
I just come as a northern star six, constantly in the darkness ways that if you want me, I'll be in the bar, in the back of the cartoon poster, blue TV lights. I built a map in Canada, oh Canada.
Chris chose the song. He knows her a bit better than
Yeah, I really love that record, and I really love Court and Spark. Those are my favorite two Joni Mitchell records. And I was in a band before that was, my mother was really happy that I was in because it was a little bit palatable, and now I've gone the other way, and she doesn't like it as much anymore, but she loves Joni Mitchell, so I figured my mom would really like it at least.
She's obviously a person with the cards. I told her that I don't smoke or drink. She told me to loosen up on her way to the LC.
On Much Music, I had gum on my face. It was just a joke. It was just sort of a comment on how slick the whole station was and how wonderful station, wonderful people, but it was just a joke.
I ran into people on the street and said, "Oh, you guys are great on TV, but I'm really sorry about your bass player."
She told me to read between the lines, tell her exactly what I got out of it. I told her affection had two F's, especially when you're dealing with
Are you pleased with Smeared?
Yeah. You know, we didn't have to go in and re-record everything and spend a whole lot of money. It retains the sort of, I don't know, naive sort of unproduced feel that we had when we were recording it, because we really didn't know what we were doing. So we managed to keep that, which is important.